Hello, hello, welcome in, piggies. Let's get the game up. Come on now. Capture that game. You can do it. Here we go. Alright, piggies. Here we go. Let's make sure it's actually. Okay, just a second. Here we go. Hey, Pump, welcome in. Okay. It is a bit loud. Oh boy. Probably going to be overwhelming me, but I'll fix that in a second. Help me begin your story. How does it go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters called the whale nest. That's right, long ago, nestled in the heart of the forest was the monster village of Omen. You're born from the slime that holds the memory of monsters known for actions and attitudes or words and thoughts. Good to see you, Zuko. I think action and attitude. Hell yeah. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of fighting and eating and screaming, facing frightening enemies unafraid, protecting innocent monsters from harm. These are my traits, so I think we're gonna go with facing frightening enemies unafraid. Hell yeah, I'm brave. Your body is turning into growing solid in the middle of the great vat of slime. Time to be born. Just a tad. Resume. Alright, let's be born. You awaken in the thawing season. The ground is soft and wet. Your eye is open. You're a morsel, just barely born. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, and stealing from each other. Try to swim or kick out your legs. Let's try to swim. Another morsel swims toward you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small, sharp teeth. It bites you. Eee! Swim away from the toothy morsel. What? This is intolerable. Stop that fighting. Pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Resist it. Kill it. Unite other morsels to repel the attack. Let's unite. You speak. Your words are simple, but some of the morsels understand you. They converge on the biter. This aggression will not stand. Your tiny, slimy flotilla frightens the bad morsel away. It retreats to the far end of the spawning vat. Control the vat and look for more trouble. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking toward the bottom of the vat. I guess let's associate. Did I tell you what WAP means? I mean, I have an idea, but what does it mean to you? Let's do something about it. Feel a deep sense of injustice at the smaller morsels impending demise. If only you could do something about it. You swim toward the morsel, determined to act. Get under the morsel and push it up. As you push up, the morsel's dead weight forces you down. Your legs come to a rest against the bottom of the spawny vat, where they begin to squish. Keep pushing. Your feet are breaking up among the solid clumps of the floor of the vat. Still not giving up. Your legs are gone now, but you stretch your arms and body, changing your slimy shape to hold the other morsel up to the surface of the slime. Morsel out of danger? Yes. Don't grieve, it's logical. The needs of any one monster are as important. Your body dissolves to push one last time. The other morsel breaks apart. Fuck. The two dissolving morsels reach for each other. They come together in a single mass, a new morsel. You two are and always will be one. Aww. You've grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. You're going to get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, veracity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster would he be? Hell yeah. Bravery, cleverness, veracity, honesty. Oh, I've got 3 tokens for bravery, and looks like 1 for honesty. Interesting. Yeah, let's go with adventure. Choose my adventure. What's this? Goat? Marinus leads a group of monsterlings to the Scrape Goat's pit of important square. What's a Scrape Goat? Let's look for some trouble. You linger behind the other monsterlings as they follow the spiny elder. Slow walk. The perfect crime. Just as you spy a delicious pile of delicious-looking grubs in somebody's garden, you notice that Marinus, she seems slightly concerned. Point at something, and when she looks, grab some grubs. Ha! I lost some honesty. Whoops. Nice try, but you forgot that Marinus is not a fool. She notices what you're up to, snags you with a clawed finny limb, and drags you into the pit. I'll apologize. Take my honesty back. Marinus smiles. Apology accepted. Just don't do that again. And the goat? Elder Marinus escorts everyone down into the pit. The Scrape Goat stands and trots over her. It's filthy, and its breath smells like warm grass. Watch the Scrape Goat in action. Marinus turns her back on the Scrape Goat. The goat uses long horns to gouge at her hide, removing some dirt and several parasites. Yuck. She's clean now? Clean monsters? Yuck, yuck. Marinus smiles down at you. Don't claw it till you've felt it, little one. It's good to get things out of your hide, and not just for us. Is she trying to teach us a lesson? Marinus withdraws to the edge of the pit, but she looks from you and the other monsterlings to the filthy, matted hair of the goat. Quick fight. You approach this Scrape Goat. It just stands there, chewing up the pit. Doesn't seem to notice your attitude. Insult it. My Wi-Fi went out for a bit, so I heard nothing. Oh, hey, other, welcome in. Pump, I know I have a definition of what WAP is. I don't know if it's the same as your definition of WAP. The goat ignores your insults. It might not understand you, or maybe you just can't get a goat's goat. Poke it. The goat bleats and steps away from the poking. Okay, that's enough. Goat knows his spots. Goat watches silently as Marinus leads you out of the pit and back to the cave. Hey. 7 days left. What happens in 7 days? I'm so confused. What? Okay. I guess Whatever this guy is. Whoa, WAP means weaponized assault penguins? I don't know what you think it means. Obviously, it means waffles and pancakes, pump. Waffles and pancakes. Nash Gash shows you a rock. It's the best rock in the whole cave. It looks a bit like Sleeping Rabbit, but otherwise it's ordinary. Tell her she can find better. Nash Gash is always slapping you. Slap the rock out of her claws. She's dangerous. Tell a white lie. Let's get in a fight with Nash Gash. It's stupid. Also, you smell like a wombat. You dash the rock to the cave floor, smashing it into a dozen shards. Nash Gash spreads her claws and rushes you. Fight! The two of you wrestle and slash each other until you're exhausted. You win the fight, but only because she was already tired from lugging around that stupid rock. Hell yeah. Okay. I have 0 kindness, but I'm very ferocious. Ease. Okay. Interesting. What's this pot thing? You, Nash Gash, and Blistry are wrestling near a big clay jar. You knock the jar off its ledge, and it breaks into 100 pieces. You catch Elder Marinus out of the corner of your eye. So it's my fault, confess. Blame it on your friends. Make good and repair it, or stay mum. Nobody asked. Nobody asked. Marinus approaches, shaking her head. Run away! You flee. Blotz follows you, scared out of his wits. Behind you, Elder Marinus roars, "Who broke my jar?" Keep hiding. You don't come out of hiding for some time. By the time you return, everyone has cleared out. You got away with it. Yay! This wolf. Suddenly, a fox runs into the cave. It yips, looks over its shoulder, and runs behind it with a big rock. Is that snarling and growling outside as well? Judging by the commotion, yes, there's a pack of wolves in hot pursuit. They seem reluctant to come into a cave full of monsters, even little ones like you. Let's see. Get all the monsterlings to make noise. Scare the wolves away. Monsterling laughter can be disturbing if you're not ready for it. The wolves run off, fearful for their lives. Stupid wolves. Let's talk to the fox. This one doesn't seem to be a talking fox, just a fox. Aw. Leave it alone. Oh, finally got some kindness. I don't know what these stats are for. The fox runs from place to place in the cave, keeping out of reach of any monsterling who shows an interest. Look at that bushy little tail. Look at that cute little nose. Eventually, when it's sure the coast is clear, the fox leaves the cave. You swear it winks at you as it goes. Maybe it secretly was a talking fox. Who can understand such things? How many scary games are you playing? I'm gonna play Little Nightmare. I'm gonna play Little Nightmares. And, I might be convinced to do a scary game or two. You're halfway toward leaving becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as much as you can. Okay, okay. Let's do the snake, I guess? What's that noise from the spawning bat? You rush over. The big snake is eating helpless morsels. They moan and cry, but it doesn't stop. Bring it on, snake. You puff yourself up and approach the snake. It glances at you, then swallows another morsel whole. Stand between the snake and the morsels. Hey, snake, you're what's for dinner. Let's fight it. Pounce on the snake. It's 5 times your length and twice your weight, but your claws cut its scales like they were paper. Let's share it with the morsels. Hey, little guys. Soon you and the morsels are enjoying a meal of meat. The morsels peep with primitive gratitude. Hell yeah, okay, let's see. Kindness, a little bit honesty, very ferocious, kind of brave and clever. Toes. Scary game equals League of Legends? Absolutely fucking not. What's the feather? You're at the entrance of the Brood Cave. Monsterlings aren't supposed to leave, you know. Monsterlings, though sometimes swift and often tough, aren't as swift or tough as full-grown monsters. They can be dangerous. On the other paw, nobody's looking. Let's go outside. The streets of Omen are mostly empty, but you hear some larger, older monsters coming this way. Run into the forest. Ah, you're an explorer in a miniature form. Look at that, birds' nests, and trees too, and green stuff that isn't lichen or slime. Steel eggs. Forbidden eggs taste better than Marinus-approved food, even if you do get a swat when you return. But yeah, I'm a little rebel. Finally, something loves me. Hey, Bako, welcome in. For you, we'll do the music one. You follow a thudding noise and find Sickle and Lapper hitting animal skulls with sticks. Nashgash stands to one side, judging their performance. Should we, let's be a musician. Nashgash walks this way and that, watching as you take your position behind the skull of a bear. You think she's looking for weakness. Who cares about skill? Play from the heart. You drum as hard as you possibly can. Your sticks break and the skull shatters. Lapper and Sickle yell in pain, but Nashgash likes it. Keep drumming with broken sticks. Sickle and Lapper yell for you to stop, but you hammer your broken sticks on the floor of the cave again and again. Elder Marinus comes to see what the racket is all about. Keep drumming and start singing. Elder Marinus watches you for a while, says something about your musical skills, and walks away. Something about memorably excruciating, but you're not sure exactly. You couldn't really hear her over all that noise. Alright, last day. And then I guess we move on to the next thing. Let's do the upsetty spaghetti one. Hamrag, an adult monster, sleeps in a big pile of monsters. Everyone is comfortable. Blot's giggling sticks lichen in all four of Hamrag's nostrils. Hamrag's eyes shoot open as he starts to choke. Blot's shushes you with a threatening scowl. You're not afraid of Blots. Help Hamrag, or that's funny, help Blots. Not afraid of Blots. You jump on Hamrag's head and knocks him to the lichens. He squeals and gasps, then remembers that he can breathe through his mouth. Hamrag glowers down past his jowls, scowling as though you hadn't saved him. He roars and demands to know who plugged up his nose. We're not very honest, so let's get a little bit more of that. Blots did it! Hamrag thanks you, grabs Blots and sits on it. All of Blots' breath wishes out and he can't inhale again. Hamrag stays there for a good long while. Alright. Kind of equally distributed here. Oh my, you wake up and find you're no longer a little monsterling. You're growing up! Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them. She looks grave. Let's go with it. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages. Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. Wait for her to make you go. Marinus pushes you with a sweep of her tail. You fall, and you're falling, and other monsters are falling. Yes, some of them are crying. Can't see through the mist. Or is it fog? Maybe clouds. Moans and groans and whispers and screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on a smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as bone. You hear other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, still following. Let's be nice. Oof, you didn't see who you helped. Whoever it Is rolls away into the thick fog without a word. Rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than you can count. Some monsterlings begin to panic, while others look determined. Let's take charge. Other monsterlings watch you, curious. Lead the way. You strike out with courage and confidence. The other monsterlings follow you, choosing turns and courses at random. You soon walk into a cave full of even thicker mists. Is this another dating sim game? It's not. It's like a... I don't know what, like... I guess it's a... It's... Like, I'm just making this monster's personality, like, by doing little choices? I don't know. I don't know if there will be another part of the game that's different from this just, like, choice thing, you know? One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you. Their eyes glow different colors. Ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant, all in unison. They ask you, do you fear? Let's wait and see them. Ghosts stare into and through you as though you're one made of mist. One sharp voice speaks from behind you. Why are you here? Bide my time. A small ghost coils around your foot like a cold blood snake. Will you lend us some of your blood so we can go on? Yeah, why not? A little bit. You can have a little blood. The ghosts draw closer and closer, unraveling their bodies into ropes of fog like the tentacles of some great clammy squid. Their eyes grow dim and you think you see fangs. Let's stop them if they take too much. You get ready to back away if necessary, then realize they're all around you, biting and drinking. You feel guilty. Oh no! It's a monsterling hood. Okay. Or no. Alright. I guess we are an adolescent monster. I guess this is the game. It's just like making my monster grow up. Interesting. Tomorrow is Friday. Oh my lord. This week has gone by so fast. Oh, this is me. That's me. Huh. I wonder if I look different by choosing different things. Enter the big bed. Okay. 8 days left. Okay. Teeth. There's this great family movie of Santa. It's called Violent Night. Oh my gosh. On Friday we're watching Coraline. Friday is Coraline Day. So if you're free at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you should come. Yeah, did it start at 4:30? You should come around and watch Coraline. As you're walking down the street, you feel a stinging sensation. Something just bit your foot. Get it off. When you look down, you see a small pile of human teeth in a small wire mesh bag. Some monster must have dropped them. Finders keepers. You walk away whistling with the bag firmly in claw. Not long after you get home, there's a knock on your door. Hamrag appears, asking if you've seen his collection of teeth. I don't want to get in a fight with Hamrag. Hamrag pats you on the head, and he's big enough to get away with it. Well done, he says. He seems surprised. I love, like, the things my monster says. Toes. Camilo Aslet limps towards you. He points one huge eye at you and cackles. I get a shock working out on a power line. It's still down. Help me out? Let's see how dangerous this is. If the electrical fluid gets inside the line gets on you, it hurts like a million bees. Only they're not bees, but they make'nt honey. They make'nt? What the fuck? Is the Jinn considered a monster by the common folk? I guess so, other. I guess so. Hold on. I'm going to... Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this one's better. For, stream. Whatchamacallit? Smoothness? Bitrate? I don't know. My computer just really hates the Discord app. For some reason. Every time I try to have it open, it just absolutely murders my stream. But yeah, here we go. Okay. Camilo Aslet flips towards you. He points one huge eye at you and cackles. I got a shock working out on the power line. It's still down. Help me out. I guess so. Why not? We're super brave. You soon find yourself dangling from the power lines over the main street development. The break is ahead, and now it can get dangerous. Let's play it safe. You help patch the power line before much more electrical fluid leaks out. It's not easy, but you manage to avoid getting any of the fluid on yourself. Flip, flip, flip. Snork. Fuck. Let's go get some food. You sniff the air. Sniff, sniff. That be Frosty. Blatz greets you, and Nashgast with a fluffy pink cake. Nashgast says Blatz says he stole this from a human child. How do you three share it? That's Frosty. Christmas. First one to the center wins. The three of you circle the cake and plunge your faces in, eating until the plate's clean. Then you eat the plate. Frosty. Elder Marinus leads you, Blistry and Varrock, into the forest. She points to a stand of purple berry bushes and says, "Eat your fill, little ones." Nom 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 nom. Jin loves me then. Oh no. Oh no. You eat and 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 eat. You've eaten your weight in berries, but what's this? You see even more berries that were hidden before, hidden behind other berries. More berries for your belly. You consume twice your own weight in berries. Soon you're splashed with purple juice every time your slime is changing to a sweet, sticky fluid. Maybe that was too many. Stagger home. As you and Varrock haul your bloated bodies into town, Hamrag and the spine doctor are waiting. They pick you up and squeeze you. Squish! Ugh, what's happening? Wake up next to a huge wooden bucket. Hamrag is serving pancakes to a long line of monsters. Every plate is now swimming with berry slime syrup. Maybe just one pancake. The elders seem surprised that you want any pancakes. They're even more surprised you want syrup. Still, they give you all you want. Hell yeah. Whale-mist? Whale-mist. No, fail-mist. Let's get into a fight. You hear screams, shrieks, and cheers, and you come running. The oldest monster is fighting a challenger. Even the elder monsters flee to a safe distance. They know this could turn out badly. Who's fighting? Let's try and stop the fight. Roar! You plunge in, swiping at everyone in a vain attempt to break things up. Both great beasts pause and look down at you, a little confused. The oldest monster opens its tripartite mouth and emits a keening wail, then slices one of the purple challenger's tentacles off without looking. As the blood showers down around you, the elders crowd in terror. Stand up to him. Seriously? You just stepped to and fight with the oldest monster. He just literally disarmed the other monster without breaking a sweat. You could probably eat all of them and you're standing up to him? Yeah. Marinus puffs herself up and rolls between the fighters like a great spiny boulder, trying to grab you and pull you out of there. The oldest monster's tail twitches barely, and Marinus is knocked away like a ball. Fleeting. Oh no! You get 2 steps before the purple challenger snaps you up in his jaws. Just before he can chew, the oldest monster rips his head clean off and pulls it away. Stand tall. No. You nearly poop yourself out of fear, and now nobody will meet your eyes. Aww. Damn it. Let's go back to the goat. You hear a bleeding sound from inside the scrape goat's pit. Of course it is. Bleeding is what goats do. The scapegoat walks out of its pit, looks around, and bleats again. Nashcash says, "It wants a fight. Let's give it one." Let's find out what's really bothering it. The scapegoat stares at you as you approach it. It bleats again. Looking into the pit, you see that there is no food anywhere. Nashcash shoves you aside and says, "I said let's give it a fight." Let's defend it. Scapegoat seems relieved when you step between it and Nashcash. Nashcash says, "Okay, I'll fight you instead." But then she always does. Give her a good tussle. You and Nashcash roll in the dirt, kicking up dust and scattering mud and slime everywhere. Soon you are exhausted. The scapegoat has retreated back into its pit, where some other monsters are feeding it. It came up because it was out of food. When the scapegoat gets hungry enough, it will chew apart its rope so it can forage for food. The elders call this system chomps and balances. What's left? Let's do the rocks. Oh boy, Smack set up a human chess set. We sit down to play. You don't know the rules, but a smart monster like you should be able to figure something out. Smack points at the pieces and moves some of them around, then knocks one over with another. It must be a fighting game. Smack then thinks for a moment and, with finesse, pushes all your pieces down and taps his head. Sounds like victory. Smack picks the 16 short pieces and you get the 16 ones with different shapes. He makes one of his short guys kick over your horsey. Set the board on fire. Boom! You prove your chess mastery by using the only tactic that always works. Smark nods at your monsterly solution, but points at some pieces that are still standing. Eventually, as a result, he wins. Damn it. Birds or clouds? Birds, footprint or clouds? Let's do clouds. Suddenly, a stinging rain pours down. Everyone scatters and gets under cover, even blistering Smark. How bad is the weather? It's just rain, water falling from the clouds. It does hurt a little, stings, you know. Ow, ow, that's like 100 needles on your hide. Brave monster likes to feel the force of nature on its face. Yeah, and a wise monster has enough sense to get in after rain. Sometimes, really hard rain like this has been known to get stuck on your monster's skin, like little splinters, and then you can hurt for days. Oh no. Suddenly, let's run under cover. Get some of my cleverness back. While the rain pours down, you cuddle with Blistry and Smark under the bleachers. Let's play a game. You take turns opening your mouth to the falling rain, trying to suck up all the drops. Unfortunately, you choke and spit a mouthful of water at Smark. Whoops. Blistry spits water on you. Smark splashes a puddle at both of you, and you all spend the rest of the storm making your own fun in the pool of water. That's adorable. Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth and become an adult. Hell yeah. You've been dragged from your bed by your friends and neighbors. They tell you it's time to grow up. You're taken into the woods. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other, then look at you, then whisper some more. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They're deciding what best defines you as a monster. Take a nap. Someone shakes you awake. They've come to a decision. A ring of monsters shuffle closer to you, forming a tighter circle. Elders loom over you, while the smaller adults crouch low. Your surroundings are shady and dark. Your heart, a ceremony of adulation. The other monsters hold you in some respect. 1 out of a possible 100 points. Oh no. Everyone goes silent as you bravely meet every monster's eyes without flinching. All the monsters in the circle start throwing rocks at you. Success! You stood perfectly still, showing no fear. A few rocks bounce off your hide, but most of them only hit the ground. Everyone cheers at your courage. I'm brave enough. Respect plus 10. Hell yeah. They throw more rocks, really messing you up, but you never flinch. Someone at the back yells, "Don't you feel pain?" Of course you do, but you're no monsterling anymore. I only got 16% of respect. Oh my god. You're an adult now. You'll grow stronger over time, but your personality is no longer as meaningful as it was when you were young. Politic monsters. Yes. What's the spider? Today's the day of the Spinner 500. The big spider race. Winners are regarded highly by all around town. Yeah, let's do it. But your spider hurt her leg this morning. Oh no. Enter mine unaided. Out of 13 entries, your spider comes in 14. The beetle joins the race in the last lap, but you at least have your honor. Do I though? 6-4. A pack of monsters set out to capture the honeybees, a special swarm that carries its hive along with it in small pieces. The sweet odor of rich honey is everywhere, along with forest trickles. Blistry says, me first, and I'm not sharing either. It's every monster for himself today. Nashgash nods and flexes her claws as everyone splits up. Lunge into the largest part of the swarm. You brush aside the swarm and return home with a delicious honeycomb. Even better, it's studded with crunchy bees. A few hundred stings are a small price to pay for this sweetness. You sit with Nashgash and Gobclaws on a tattered red blanket, eating cookies and talking about artifacts. What are artifacts? Artifacts are human-made objects. Many monsters collect them. All the garbage cans at Omen were collected from one human bus stop. Some artifacts are interesting, but some can be dangerous. Gobclaws sighs. I really like artifacts. I want a nice big collection, but it seems like I can never find any good ones. You and Nashgash exchange glances. Nashgash runs a claw along the handlebars of her little scooter. You both know some good spots. Gobclaws mopes around for a while, then wanders off. Later on, you and Nashgash walk to Omen with a few new trinkets. Of course not. She doesn't regain her usual optimism for some time. You overhear other monsters denigrating her for her lack of success. This. Stalk the forest, hunting an elusive swift elk. Suddenly it emerges from the underbrush, lowering its antlers and clawing at the ground. It's going to charge! Fight! 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 The elk charges feet, and you duck under it, flashing a hole in its chest. But instead of a heart, you find nothing. The elk turns, catches you with its antlers, and flings you into a tree. What the? The elk bounds away. It's unkillable! There's nothing that's unkillable after it. You keep chasing the elk until it pauses to drink from the stream. Then you spring at it without fear and tear it limb from limb, head from body, antler from skull. Rawr. Ooh, hell yeah. Its pieces are still twitching as you devour them. You are filled with strange heat, but it soon fades. Other monsters comment on the new swagger in your step as you return to Open. I guess I'm trying to raise my respect all the way to 100%. It's a scream along, sing along. Everyone's screaming. Loudest monster wins. You're totally going to break some windows in their doors, but why are all these monsterlings here? Their singing has been known to hurt their little ears. I guess we'll sing quietly for the monsterlings. You're hungry and brave and hungry. You sing of this truth so well, all the other monsters are moved to tears. You don't win any prizes, but none of the monsters are hurt. Mind you, it'd take more than that to actually damage even a monster. food time. As you explore the whale mist, you notice that the air smells faintly of gingery bread. There, ahead, there's a flock of very fat birds pecking a trail of crumbs that winds through the trees. Try the crumbs. They almost taste like a last resort. You're not starving, but if you were, they might taste better. Let's follow the trail. It leads along twisting paths you never knew existed. Deep in the forest, you come across a rickety human house which smells of baked goods. You hear human speech. 2 children are babbling nearby. The human children look tired and very thin. Their bellies bulge as though they've just eaten a huge meal. They're so weak that you don't fear your life being so close. Eat them. The children emerge from the house as it begins to burn. The girl looks back as the older human starts to scream inside, and you make your move. The boy is too slow and tired to respond. Oh yes, so delicious, so very good, such a rare treat. The girl turns back as her brother hand slips out of hers. She sees you. She blinks, not sure whether you're real or not. Continue the meal. The girl's eyes widen as you spread your claws. She slaps you and it hurts. It hurts worse than a slash from the claws of the oldest monster. You spin and knock her down. The movement and end the fight before she can end you. Take home some of the meal. You walk into Omen with a bulging belly, smelling of meat and gingery bread. Every monster you meet gets a little something to put in the larder. And toes! Toes for everyone! Can't go children, but there we are. I'm a monster, so gotta do monstery things. Ballfog and Grit Mitten are arguing in the streets over a cat. They both want kitty croquettes for lunch. Ballfog says he caught the cat, but Gritman says it was in his larder before it got out. Both monsters turn to you as a neutral party to decide. Try to make everyone happy. Ballfog holds the cat close, stroking it absently. The cat mews and rubs its head against his chitinous stripper. Ask Ballfog if justice is sharing the table with the cat. You're able to persuade Ballfog to give Grit Mitten the cat's tail, so that's something. Grit Mitten thanks you for your intercession. Go back to the script though, she's my favorite. A squirrel hops into a pool of sunlight, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to bury nuts and make something of itself. Drop on it from a branch, grab it and twist its head off. A young wolf suddenly leaps in front of you, snaps the squirrel out of your claws and runs off, laughing and barking. Chase it! You run into the underbrush, slashing, tearing at the binding vines and leaves, but soon lose the wolf's trail. As you stagger home, you notice that wolf poop has been left along the trail. You know without a doubt who left it. Damn it. As you approach your hovel, Blistry helpfully points out that you stepped in some wolf poop. You're a laughingstock. No! My respect. My hard-earned respect. You find Blatz hitting a dented alarm clock. Why have bells that don't ring? Before he can answer, he throws the clock over his shoulder and glowers at it. Let's try to fix it. You pick up the clock and examine it with care. It's so complicated, more complicated than anything monsters have made. And that includes monster wheels and cogs, and gears and levers. Let's keep poking at it. Even though it's so complicated that you might get your claws caught inside it, or get a spring gun to the eye, or accidentally hurt Blatz, or hurt Blatz on purpose for that matter. Yes. You turn the key round, it makes a clicking sound, and then the bells go ding. Not bad. It's getting harder to turn, though. Stop below your head. The clock ticks and talks and ticks, and you're pretty sure it's actually keeping time. If only you knew what the little arms and hands mean. Well, in any case, Watts goes around showing everyone how you fixed his artifact. Hell yeah. You and Gobclaws come across an ant and a grasshopper, both locked in mortal combat. Each is biting the other's back leg. As you reach for the bugs, Gobclaws holds you back. Isn't there a legend about bugs and ants? Maybe we should be careful. Accept this timid advice, don't interfere. Silly Gobclaws. Monsters fear not such things. Go ahead and interfere. Be sure off Gobclaws and get back to what you're doing. Well, the legend that they're referring to is one of Aesop's fables, where the ant works all summer to collect food for the winter, and the grasshopper just sits around and like plays his guitar or whatever he's got his like instrument. He just like enjoys himself and doesn't think about the future, and so he has no supplies when it gets cold, and he's not prepared. And he goes to the ant, and he's like, hey, so you know how I made fun of you for, working really hard all summer and not enjoying yourself and, being kind of a square? Well, I'm sorry, can I have some of your food because I'm going to starve to death? And the ant is basically like, nah, man, no fucking way. So that is what they are referring to here, which is kind of cool. I have not seen a Aesop fable referred to like that. Not especially this one. This one's I've only read I've only ever seen this in the book of Aesop's Fables, Get a close look. You lean in and then achoo! Insects and wheat go flying and you're filled with a sense of dread. Gesundheit, says a smug Gobclaws. Fuck you, Gobclaws. You show your newest collection of human artifacts to your neighbors. They seem suitably impressed and listen. The truth is, you just found them in the woods, but everyone seems so interested, it would be a shame to let them down. Monsters do love a story, so you could stretch the truth. Just a little lie to keep things interested. You tell how talking fox, those nuisances are everywhere lately. Try to beat you in a riddle contest with the artifacts and the prize. I won the contest by biting off his head. Everyone seems to believe you. They nod in admiration. Oh yeah. Let's do the bear print. Whatever this is. Print. You and Nash Dash encounter the proud bear. This is an honor and a problem. The proud bear has killed monsters. Something rare. Animal kingdom. He stares at you. Consider the bear. The bear is so potent that it deserves capital letters when being referred to. He shines from within, radiating a light invisible to the eye, but plain to the heart. Nod and leave. The bear doesn't move. You go back the way you came. What's the door? You hear a cry from a nearby hovel. Sasswait, a new adolescent, doesn't understand how windows in her hovel work. She's trapped her paws under a heavy pain. Free her. You walk over and take a look. This should be easy for a grown-up like you. Lift the window. Sasswait seems afraid of you, but these things happen. She thanks you for releasing her from the window. You notice that a small crowd has gathered. Help her retrieve her arm. Hell yeah, plus 10 respect. You tend to Sassuate's bruise with a salve made from flowers and mushrooms. Soon she feels no pain at all. The crowd applauds your helpfulness. This is the wolf print. The spine doctor, ooh, that's a name, has asked you to catch a special fox. It limps, she says, and it coughs. I need it quickly, if at all. Why does she need it? Spine doctor swats you for a prickly arm. There's no time for questions. Get the fox with one. After it. You go forth into the forest, trailing the fox. As you get closer, you catch a glimpse of its ragged ears between two trees. The fox is limping slowly. As you draw near, you smell something sickly sweet. The fox slumps and vomits green matter onto the forest floor. Your claws tremble at the thought of touching it. Unfortunately, the fox easily loses you in the whale mist because you're washing your claws. You're not absolutely sure it was there at all. Damn. Probably not, but regardless, return to Omen and shame. The doctor says nothing, but other monsters point and whisper in the street, no. You're growing old, my friend. Your body is very soft and you drip slime everywhere you go. It's getting hard to keep your hobble. Let's go see the spine doctor. See if there's anything I can do. The doctor tells you that your time is almost up. You'll soon reach the end of adulthood. You will either ascend to elder status or dissolve into slime. What happens to monsters who dissolve? Their bodies melt into the spawning vat, where their memories will nourish the minds of new generations of monsters. What happens to monsters who ascend? Those who manage to ascend become elders and live on to steer the fate of monster kind. The doctor do something to stop it? The spine doctor says there is a treatment that might prevent your dissolution. This doctor says the treatment involves an extract taken from the tentacle ferns that grow in the whale mist. Easy, go get a fern. Following the spine doctor's directions, you enter the whale mist in search of the tentacle fern. Common. You wade through the thicket of sticky green coils, letting them brush against your hide until when it latches firmly in place. That means it's ripe. You snip the fern with your claws. It's a little monsterling. Try not to be noticed. The monsterling asks, why are you dripping so much slime? You look behind you as you see a trail of goopy fluids. The young monster seems terrified at the thought of dissolving. She says it's not fair. Animals live much longer than we do, and humans longer still. It's natural. You remind her that this is the cycle of life, and that it's always been this way, carrying us the remnants of thousands of monsters who came and went before us. You point back towards Omen, and it's not open for everyone. If the other monsters respect you enough, you can live on as an elder, to share your wisdom directly, and help care for monsterlings. She says, I'd like to do that. Is that what you're going to do? You explain that you have a few more things to do, but then you're going to back to the spawning vat. She nods sadly and leaves you to your task. You know what? I'm not gonna take this thing. I accept my fate. It's time to dissolve or descend. The elders of Omen surround you at the spawning vat. They've built a fire beneath a small cauldron. Your body is squishy damp. Let's try to ascend. A masked elder comes forward and she says, it's time to decide. All the elders growl and snarl. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, other. This is a lot of talking. Yeah. The masked elder claws herself. 3 drops of liquid spatter against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapor rises into the air. The masked elder asks who has already decided the fate of this monster. A few of the elders approach the cauldron to add fluid to the collection. The liquid begins to bubble. The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before you. She says, choose one. Chance will guide your claw. Each stone is stained with the old blood polished by the touch of many a paw. You can't tell one stone from the other. The masked elder has placed a stone that looks good. The other side of the stone is edged with 3 cliffs. It shows a monster facing down at you. The masked elder says, we will test your bravery. The elder adds sticks and dry leaves to the fire until it grows huge and hot. They remove the cauldron and retreat before the roaring flames, one by one, until only remain. I will stay near it. I think I have enough bravery. It's hot, very hot. Your body begins to pull away on its own. Gather your will and remain in place. Your excess flame begins to dry out cracks, but as the fire dies down, you're still here. Several monsters howl their approval and step forward, adding more fluids to the iron cauldron. Oh shit. As you reach for the stone, someone shrieks in the distance. All eyes turn in that direction. You realize you can peek under the stones if you're quick. I'll resist it. Choose the next one. The other side of the stone is edged with a crude flip. It shows a monster holding one paw up. Ah, honesty, but you have just passed that test. Hell yeah! I knew it was a test. I knew it. You hold the cauldron, which contains the portentous infusion. It's heavy. Let's drink it. You drink the bubbling concoction, then belch and howl. Your body solidifies almost instantly. You're an elder now. Yay! Fuck yeah. You are now an elder. You are welcomed in Snack, the oldest of the towns. In this stage of life, if you play your cards right, you'll be able to affect both the way monsters view humans and vice versa. Use your powers of persuasion wisely. Oh! So if I hadn't gotten enough, whatchamacallit? Respect. I probably would not have made it through. Okay. The log cabin. Blitztree proposes a new plan to keep an eye on the humans. We'll take over an abandoned house in Carmen. Keep someone there at all times. Take extensive notes on everything they do. Several other elders like the idea very much. They argue about where to establish a spy house, though. Carmen has many empty buildings. Which one should we use? Very ferocious. I don't know if I'm clever enough to make the other one happen. You leap on a rock and scream to get their attention. Holler and roar. Fight anyone who doesn't listen. You take them all on. They can't argue with your claws. They try, but you're just too fierce. They do your bidding and send many monsters. It's a resounding success. A dozen monsters see humans up close, at their best and their worst, and understand them much better. Fuck yeah. Let's go to Carmen. Let's, You're hiding in a shining wood building. 2 humans are holding hands in front of another. He makes a lot of noise about witness. The other 2 look around disappointed at the end of the room. Let's be brave. Pull your hat over your head and offer to be a witness. They're delighted. The humans all take turns talking. And talking. And talking. And yes, eventually the two holding hands make kiss faces at each other. They sign a paper and hand it to you. Ah, fuck. Hand over the spare coochie. You make a pretty squiggle. Beautiful. The pair thanks you profusely, and you bow. Whoops, the hat fell off. Ah! The humans gasp. But you stand your ground, unafraid. After a moment, they thank you. Hell yeah. Let's see if I can get it all the way up to 100%. Elder Viddy wants to stop using electricity from humans. It's making us less monstrous, he explains, and it is a human thing through and through. You happen to know a bit about electricity. You shuffle forward and raise one claw, clearing your throat. All the elders turn to look. Viddy says, "Ah, you agree with me?" I'm fierce. Let's show how violent electricity is. You leap up and grab an overhead electrical line, ripping it open. Sparking black fluid showers to the ground. You dance in it, surrounded by a halo of weird energies. Hey, Fexus, welcome in! We're playing Monster Loves You. It's like a... It's organized, kind of like a dating sim where you just make choices. And have scenarios. But I'm in the last stage of this, like, whatchamacallit, life cycle of my monster. Indeed, the elders back away slowly from your terrible display. They clap and cheer. As you black out, Viddy changes his plan to using electricity as a weapon. Okay. Well, that didn't help much. Or maybe it did, I don't know. Right now I'm trying to make humans and monsters like each other more. You watch as an elderly human tries to fix his house. He looks up at the leaky roof with a sigh as it starts to rain and goes inside. Looks like a trickle of water will get into the attic from the storm. It might do some damage to the human's house. He also has left his tools out. I think I'm brave enough to repair the roof. Success. The human hears hammering above. He emerges as you leap away. The repair's finished. Let's do the fight. Canelo Aslet, electrical genius, holds his abacus, turning the rocks for you and the other elders to see. The calculations don't lie. All humans find out about monsters in 2 months. These figures are rock solid, literally. We should prepare new hiding places. I don't think I'm clever enough to challenge him. I don't know enough to predict their actions. Am I honest enough? We'll see. Danilo scoffs at you. I should remind you that I am far your elder among elders, and you make'nt sense when you say I make'nt sense. Point out that he doesn't pronounce electrical correctly. This is too important. Undeterred, Canelo moves on to the next group of elders, unsettling all in his path. But let's see. Very fierce. I'm a little clever. Very brave. I'm more honest than I am kind, I guess. Or kind than I am honest. Cleverness and honesty are my two lowest scores. Hey! Oh my goodness! Welcome in, Deathbed. Tropico. Oh, what is that game? I don't think I've heard of it. Well, welcome in. How's your night going? Hello, Raiders. Glad to have you. I am Circe. If you haven't met me before, sorceress. Um, Thanks for coming in. We're playing Monster Loves You, which is kind of like well, it's not a dating simulator, but it's kind of organized, I suppose. But basically, I made my monster. This is my monster. I made him grow up. I got him all his like character traits, and now I'm in like the last stage of his life, and I'm trying to make humans and monsters like each other. So, if you enjoy like little variety games, stick around. This one's pretty cute. Okay. Let's let's do the fox. The fox is always funny. You decide to check out the Carmen Carnival maps you mentioned. Following her map, you take lefts and rights and straight ons until you look up, and humans everywhere. What's that noise? And smell? And that over there, or that. Looks like an organ grinder, monkey poop, and mobs of human children. And a tiger. Wait, a tiger? The tiger is running through the crowd, right through the middle. Actually, that's because the crowd is scattering away from the tiger. Aren't humans afraid of tigers? Come to think of it, humans are scared of tigers. Usually keep them in cages, don't they? Let's fight the tiger, because I'm brave enough for that. The tiger crouches, ready to spring on a pair of cowering humans, but you leap behind it and step on its tail. Now that you have its attention, take it on. You and the tiger circle each other. You push a human girl out of the tiger's reach, not really thinking about it. Attack! You and the tiger tumble up and down the street, breaking windows and knocking over food carts. You're covered with claw marks, but the outcome was never really in doubt. It's dead. The humans cheer as you walk away from a very dead tiger. Being surrounded by humans is not your idea of fun, so you leave after a quick wave. Tropico is a banger? Ooh. Hold on, let's see. What is Tropico? Oh, it's a construction and management. So. Nice. Okay. That sounds like fun. Let's see if I can try and improve the monsters view. I'm doing really great on the humans, but the monsters not so much. Greed Blitz, popped up with multi-syllabic importance. Addresses the other elders. My fellow monstrin, he begins. I propose we meet the humans halfway. No, he clears his throat. I think we should learn from them and adopt human ways to become more civilized. Agree. I don't think I'm clever enough. So let's use the one with ferocity. Yes, I've learned much watching your hunters. You throw a rock at Greed Blitz. He shrieks and charges, slapping the sides to get several of his arms in a complicated lock. Explain that you learned this trick by watching humans practice. Everyone goes crazy at this. They love the idea of being like humans, at least this much. Soon you are inundated with requests to teach a class in blocking and locking. You're in a secluded hiding place near the park. Suddenly you see a human grab her stomach and fall over. Now's my time to shine. That's the spirit. What will you do? Let's risk being seen among humans to help. It's not brave. Very brave. Before long, you spy some humans playing a game of ball and small pony. Weird. Get their attention. Success. Jumping about, you call out the human medical words you know, but also help. Before you know it, the empties arrive. The empties. Oh boy. They strap her to a board and put her in a white truck. One of them grabs your claw, shakes it firmly, but gently before they all head off. Feel a growing sense of satisfaction. Alright, humans are easy to level up, but monsters not so much. You're just concluding a thrilling speech to the other elders. Snort, snort, bark, bark, snort. What in the knack is that noise? Old Hamrag fell asleep in the middle of your speech again. His pig-like snout and four nostrils lit with stars, a poignant yet thunderous quality. You'd have better success whispering at the moon. Hamrag keeps snoring. Talk louder to be heard over the snoring. Hamrag wakes up. He looks around and says, you know, humans are pretty nasty. They sharpen rocks and cut things with them. Also, they kill each other all the time. I think I'm ferocious enough to fight Hamrag. Establish authority. You thrash Hamrag with ease. He's big, but he's slow these days. Never less than half asleep. Your further words on human development fall on a nervous but receptive crowd. Okay, let's do the monsters again to try and catch up with humans. Doc Clausen rolls a big map showing the surrounding region. She points one pincer at a series of red circles. These are places where I've seen humans drop things. I think we should put garbage cans there. Why? Doc Claus says so we can harvest the things they drop. Then we can study them and understand them better. Question the plan open to it. Doc Claus says, we can figure out if they're planning an attack by looking at what they leave behind. If we see whetstones and knife oil, we know they're coming to kill us. Stand up and volunteer to set out garbage cans. Yeah, why not? The other monsters look into your eyes and judge that you're not afraid. They decide not to set out garbage cans. And not to be so nervous. For now. Oh, hell yeah. That helped a lot. Let's go back to let's see this. I've never clicked on this symbol before. Alleys are great places to find artifacts, less so to find fat, small, frightened children. One such fat, small child wanders over to you, clutching a lollipop. Ask him what's wrong. Human child says, I'm lost. Do you know how to get to Plow Street? I think I stepped in poop. Find an adult human. I'm not kind enough. I might be, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm going to use the brave one. Drag the child, still crying, onto the sidewalk. A loud human in a louder dress swoops down on the child, clucking and fussing. I'll wave goodbye. Human view monsters maxed out 100%. Yeah! She waves back before she realizes you're a monster. She shakes her head and stammers out her thanks. The child laughs and waves goodbye to you. And bemused, his mother does the same. Okay, so let's stay with the monsters from now on. 3 days left. We can do it! I don't know if I can max it out, but I can get close. Hopefully. Mopsy Moral outlines a plan for defense against fruitcakes. Seen it, friends. Every year, students offer to each other, but nobody wants it. She can't possibly think, but fruitcake is a weapon. Oh, she does. Mopsy goes on. If they fear it so, it must be a weapon. Perhaps a deadly poison. One we can steal and turn against the humans if we need to. Ooh, honesty or kindness? I think my kindness was higher. Let's go with this one. Humans give fruitcake as gifts, sorta. Everyone is shocked. You've said surprising things before. This is pretty blatant. Mopsy mutters something to a friend, too quiet for anyone else to overhear. Mopsy mutters, you're known for your generosity, so perhaps you're right, but I still want to get my claws into fruitcake. That was a gamble, and it worked. Actually, let's see. Yeah, my kindness is much higher than my honesty. Cleverness is my lowest score. You and some of the other elders are conversing when Virak walks up, proudly holding a toaster. Funny, you have a toaster just like that. Wait a minute, that didn't. It's your toaster. Virak crows, look what I found at the bus stop. We can take whatever we want from humans. I'm ferocious. Show how a human can take it. Just take it back. Oh, plus 18, hell yeah! You grab the toaster and whack him with it. He runs off whimpering. Other monsters agree that simply taking things from humans would be just as fine. Gritman shouts. Might makes right. Prefect replies. Not always. We should talk more, like the humans do. I'm not honest enough, so I have to use the ferocious method. Show them that might makes right is wrong. You frown for a moment, considering the plan. It seems philosophically shaky, but whatever. You tackle Gritman. He fights back and you tumble through the crowd. Keep convincing him, with violence. Gritman, struck by the violent implications of his suggestion, and by your punches and kicks, admits defeat. He says, the only thing you proved is that you can beat me up. Nod and wait to figure out the rest. Gritman goes on. Which doesn't solve anything, does it? Oh, I get it. Yes, the human way would be much better here. Would be better here. We maxed it out! As you walk through Portland Square, you think on your past. Life hasn't always been easy, but you've built up your reputation. You are quite well respected. Though monsters have always feared and loathed humans in the past, your work towards improving relations has paid off. Monsters have come to respect and like you. Well done. Yay. Meanwhile, humans who once hated all monsterkind have to understand that monsters aren't terrible, evil things. Rumor has it that humans think pretty well of you. Noise. Shattering your reverie, a terrible commotion erupts. Elders and younger monsters alike are milling about the great mob. Glass drops from a nearby roof. Humans are coming this way. No. Blistry says, that's wonderful, we can talk to them. It's true. Both monsters and humans meet in the whale nest. There's considerable shuffling and applause. Everyone wants to talk, but nobody wants to make things move. If only some monster were to speak up. Yes, if only. A few of the other elders are looking at you, strangely enough. Welcome to humans. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief as you put your best paw forward. It's the first step of a long journey, a journey on which monster and human will cooperate in all things. The end. And so, monsters and humans worked, lived, and played together for many happy generations to come. Hooray for the future! Final personality? Nice. Aw. Oh, okay. So that's one ending of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow. Ooh. Interesting. Let's see. I'll probably play their version. But I do need to get more water because I just finished mine. And there's so much talking in this game. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me get another cup of water. And okay. Alright, round 2. Let's still pick actions and attitude. Okay, we were nice last time. Let's be absolutely terrible. Be born. Okay, your eyes open, you're a morsel just barely born. Dozens of other morsels are exploring. Let's stretch. You spread out the upper corners of your body and feel the tips of your arms split and harden. The hard parts move through the stuff around them, forming parallel curving pieces. Flex. You have claws now. Slash slime. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small sharp teeth. It bites you. Stop that biting. Kill it. You rip into the violent morsel. It has fangs, but you have claws. You're fighting. Your first snarl. Excellent. The fight is over. You're chewing on the other morsel's eye. To bother. Splash. Flutter. Too bad. These things happen. You watch a half-formed baby monster slip to the surface. It begins to break apart. Comfort it. Front. Ooh, even honesty. You gaze unblinking with little morsel's eyes. His limbs stick to the slimy clumps on the bottom and tear away from his body. The little morsel's mouth forms a terrified toothless O that splits into 3 directions, forming the center of the fault lines that destroy its torso and head. The last you see of the morsel is its eye, which, now without a lid, floats there, seeming to stare right back at you. Then it dissolves in the sledge. The sledge dissolves. Move on. No, don't grow up. You've grown. Okay, I guess we have to go on. To the brood cave. I'm fucking adorable. Okay. Alright, we didn't spend nearly as much time in the spawning vat as we did last time. So my stats are a little lower. You're chatting with Gobclaws and Blistry, Faust and Schwapps. Monsterlings all over the cave are shivering and holding their noses. It's Blotz, Gobclaw says. Someone's got to tell him he stinks, but not the way monsters should. Blotz sees the group and makes his way over. Gobclaws and Blistry retreat. Get away. Throw a bit of rotten lichen at Blotz, which actually makes him smell a little better. He slumps and waddles away. Well, didn't get me any stats. Huh. Elder Jaggery walks into the cave, rocking from foot to foot. He howls and slams into the wall. Then falls unmoving to the floor. Monsterlings scatter away from his still form. Let's observe. You all wait. Someone runs and gets Baroness, who yells for more help. The spine doctor comes and together they look over him. You stay in the crowd, watching Baroness and the spine doctor fur over Jaggery's unmoving arm. Eventually they haul him out of the cave, still leaking red slime on the stone floor. This is not getting me anywhere. Three gangly adolescent monsters wander into the cave and start poking Gobclaws with sticks. She tries to get away, but they surround her. Blistry starts to cry. Let's help poke Blistry. You saunter up to the older monsters, trying to look as big and fierce as you can. You laugh at them, take your stick, and throw you down a hole. Fuck. Blotz snuck outside and found a human knife stuck in a tree. It's shiny and sharp and scary. He starts swinging it around like a human would. Dangerous schmangerous. Take for yourself. Oh yeah, there we go, finally. You poke Blast and say, Knife Inspector. He turns to look at you, confused by your joke, and accidentally cuts you as you reach for the knife. Ah, blood, your precious nut blood. Firmly take the knife. You wince a little, clutch your bloody paw, and try to take the knife again. Blast jerks away, and somehow you get jabbed with the sharp point of the blade. Grab the knife carefully. Blast screams a little and tries to keep the blade away from you, but somehow you end up with an oozing cut across your belly. That hurts. Blast it. Claw at his arm to make it drop the knife. Blast shrieks and bleeds. The knife spins in the air, tumbling end over end, a glittering sharp bauble. Catch it in the air. You jump and reach and grab, and it bounces off your paw and comes right at your eye. Oh no. What happened? What's that coming out of you? Something is leaking out of your head. Is it your brain? Leak some of your personality onto the floor of the cave. No! You wake up with a slimy, bloody bandage wrapped around your head. The other monsterlings tell you the spine doctor came in and shoved your brain back inside. What happened to the rest? Blistry chuckles and points to a damp line on the cave floor. Rats dragged it away and ate it. Everyone laughs except you. It just doesn't seem funny. Fuck me. But at least I got some, like, actual points out of it. Some of the other monsterlings are stuffing slime and mushrooms into the rat's mouth. Nashgash invites you to join the fun. It's gonna go boom! Join the fun and overstuff the rat. It takes 13 mushrooms and a whole lot of slime, but eventually the rat pops like a big filthy blister. Ew! You all have a good laugh. Nashgash shows you a rock. It's the best rock in the whole cave. It looks a bit like Sleeping Rabbit, but it's otherwise ordinary. Tell her she can find better. Nashgash scowls and shakes the rock at you. If you're lucky, I'm not going to break this against your hard head, soft skull. Stand up. You bared your claws. Your bared claws get Nashgash's attention. I just don't want you to embarrass yourself showing off that crappy rock. She considers your words, then drops the rock and thanks you. Zero focus. Big old Hamrag comes to the cave with a box full of metal cans. He says, it's drink or death day. These cans are full of what humans call soda pop. Monsterlings drink soda pop. Bubbly liquid sugar, you bet. But they also like to see who can chug the most or endure the most exploding metal cans at once. Let's see how many exploding cans we can stand. The other monsterlings go through the cans, picking up bulging and vintage ones, climb into that big clay jar with bad cans. You hear shaking sounds, shush, 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 and whack-a, whack-a, whack, and so on. And more cans are piled on top of you. It's time to blow things up! Hiss, hiss, rattle, 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 hiss. Everything is shaking in here. Somebody's kicking the jar. The next thing you know, Nashgash is dragging you behind her on Ford's path. What happened? You can't seem to speak, but Nashgash sees you trying. She turns to you and you realize you're just a head and part of the body. Ah! Nashgash says, we've been picking up pieces of you for hours. Elder Hamrag says, you won, little monsterling. Now let's put together your pieces and see if you heal. Wait, you just know if a monsterling can heal from this? Look, you just raised your claw. You're recovering. Doesn't that make you happy? Sure. Godclaws pulls you into the side tunnel. There's something under there, she says, pointing to a huge pile of back marks. Will you help me dig it out? Sure, why not? Godclaws starts digging on the left, and you dig on the right. She's right, there's something solid under all this poop. Let's beat Godclaws to it. You uncover several animal skulls, a very surprising, and youch, a little metal blade. It's a tiny human knife. Show it. Gobclaw cuts herself on the blade as soon as she touches it. She runs off, still holding it, to tell Elder Marinus. Hey, come back here. By the time you catch up to her, Gobclaw has given the knife to Marinus. She says, it's good you brought this to me. Human artifacts are very dangerous. Yamate Kudasai. So what, Pump? Okay, well, that's it for the Brood Cave. Stats are fair. They're not great. They're fair. You're no longer a little monsterling. You're growing up. Wow. Let's hide and see what's going on. You squeeze behind a big boulder at the back of the cave. There's a wide tunnel behind it, big enough for an elder. Oops, Marinus slides the boulder aside. She and the other monsterlings are surprised to find you there. Pretend you were waiting for them. Oh, says Marinus. You're certainly eager to go. Yeah, sure. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of open passages. Marinus stops in the warm, humid chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. I'll wait for her to make me go. Marinus pushes you, playfully swipes at her tail with your claws. You fall and fall some more. Fall and falling, and other monsters are falling. Yes, some of them are crying. You can't see through the mist. Or it's a fog, maybe clouds. Moans and groans and whispering screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as bone. Let's, get out of the way. Blah, blah. We read this already. Take charge. Splash the others. Half-seen monster whimpers in the fog, and you flick your claws, drawing a little blood and a lot of noise. A few howls and shrieks howl the others into silence. Explore in an orderly fashion now the sun's in control. You soon discover that all the passages converge in yet another mist-filled chamber. The mist here is even thicker, and you quickly lose sight of the other monsters. That's okay, they're cowards anyway. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, vapor. Except it's not any of those things. It's ghosts, hundreds of them, large and small. They're everywhere. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you, their eyes glow different colors. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant, all in unison. They ask you, do you fear? Attack them. You scream and leap. The ghosts are insubstantial, swirling around your claws like nothing at all. Oh, Vera voice. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me put a okay. Alright, here you go. 5 minutes Vera voice. Just stupid spectral students. They laugh at you and prove that you're not entirely untouchable. Thin tendrils of mist encircle your throat and begin to squeeze. Pass out. Well, my monsterling hood did not go as well this time, but we can try to improve it in the next stage of life. You wake up inside a low hovel. This is your home now. Let's start living as an adolescent monster. Oh, I do look a bit different this time. That's me. I'm again cleverness is my weakest score, but that's fine. Who needs to be clever when you've got this? It's such a nice day today. Perfect weather to wander outside of town. Though you're not really supposed to leave home until you're older. Walk the forest paths near each other. What glorious weather. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. Squirrel. Things away. Squirrel. Keep walking. Why not? You really don't see why monsters are supposed to stay in town. What's going to hurt you out there? A squirrel, a tree. Keep coming. Hey, what's that? Is he a bear? Or is it you? Oh, it's just a twig snapping. Everything's fine. You soon forget the sound. It was probably a cat. Or a clumsy bear. Silly old bear stepping on snap. There it is then. Better go. Tarot reading. Alright. Here we go. Will next year be funny? I've got quite a ways till next year. But we can still ask questions. Let's find out. Beautiful left. Absolutely so fun. Here we go. Knight of Cups. Let's see this one. Well, I don't know if next year will be funny, but according to this, it will certainly be eventful. You might have some big changes in your life next year. Some exciting changes or milestones hit. Relationship milestones. So then, that's what next year is in store for you. Alright, and that's the end of the timer for Hero Voice. Okay, so do I decide to go home or do I keep pushing it? That'll increase my bravery. Let's try max out the bravery. You hear the sound again. Then 2 more times in rapid succession. Someone's behind you, under cover of trees. Get ready to fight. It's a human carrying a weapon made of wood and string. She uses the weapon to fling another thing in your direction. No, fuck. Well, I only lost 1 point in each thing. So the sharp thing jabs you into you, and you shriek. The pain is worse than any claw or tooth. It's not a deadly wound, but it eats your body and mind. No time to be sneaky. Run for it. Blech. The human laughs as you break into the open. You feel another of the wooden things pierce your hide, down low, and again, the pain is beyond reckoning. Run, run, run. You drag yourself into Omen. You've never been happier to see it. Blitztree yells, "Oh no, get the spine doctor." Let's mess it up. The doctor treats you runs. She tells you sharp wooden things are arrows, a human weapon that could easily have ended your life. That human is still out there, somewhere. I won't forget this human. Kinilo Aslet lips towards you. He points one huge eye at you and cackles. I got a shock working out on a power line, and it's still down. Help me out? Yeah, help him out. Play it safe. That worked last time. I need to fuck things up twice in a row. Squeak thud, squeak thud, squeak thud. You follow the odd sound until you find Glob Claws. She's dragging a dusty, broken wagon back home. Looks like hard work. What's in the wagon? The wagon is full of more wagon pieces. I might be able to put it back together. Can you help me? From her limp, you gather she has a busted leg in the home. You flex your claws. It's still not fully healed from the recent fight. You could hurt yourself if you help her. I'll still do it. It's easier to move with both of you helping. Godclaw thanks you, and the two of you enlist this great goat to help you more. Fantastic. The goat is strong enough to give you a wagon ride once the wheels are on, and he does. You and Godclaws are playing Toss the Kitten. You're winning 2-1 when crash you miss. Whoops. And the kitten shatters Hamrag's window. Ooh. Stick around. Hamrag comes crashing out of his hovel, still half asleep but all the way angry. Who did this? I'll drown you in the spawning vat. Cannot tell a lie. Hamrag whirls and glares at you so hard you feel hot, heavy and hot. His eyes begin to shine with weird red light. Oh, really? Perhaps we should have been more careful. Hamrag yells until he gets tired. As an afterthought, he grabs the kitten from you and eats it before slamming his front door. Godclaws sighs. I was going to eat that kitten. Gross kitten. Four days left. After the rain, the last puddles, looking into one, you see hundreds of tiny wriggling bugs. Slurp, you suck the dirty puddle into your mouth, then spit it out, trapping the squirming mass of minuscule creatures. One quick crunch, and they're in your belly. Blistry dumps a double armload of objects on the ground. I found these in the woods. Nashgash grabs one. Piece of yellow metal, and licks it. Lick something. How bad could it be? It's pretty bad. The muddy cog you just licked tastes like rust and mold. And not the delicious kind of mold either, the horrible sour kind. In no time, you have half a dozen other monsters rolling on the ground, clutching their tongues and their claws, and groaning at the awful flavors. Laugh at them. The fools! Some of your victims try to get up to punish you, but they're still confused from the bad taste in their mouths. You escaped your hide intact. Today is a holiday. Poke the Bear Day. Monsters have been planning pranks for days. You all head out to the bear caves. Poke the Bear Day, what's that? It's a day when the elders take younger monsters to show their ferocity by taunting and bothering especially big, strong packs of talking bears. Okay. Let's do it. You join the crowd of monsters, shuffling, walking, skipping, and scuttling through the woods. Soon you have reached the caves. The bears are already outside, waiting, watching. Let's chase a bear into the thorn bush. Growling, you steer a surprised bear straight into the blackberries, then trip and fall on yourself. Ouch! When you catch up, you find the bear happily eating berries. Unacceptable. Get that bear. The other monsters watch and nod as you kick the bear back out of the thorn bush, then chase him, whipping him with blackberry vines. Nice. Very ferocious. A small crowd gathers in the square. Prudence and Gritmitten are in some kind of argument. Let's see what they're arguing about. Nashcash whispers to you. Gritmitten says he saw a human wearing a coat made from a monster's hide. Prudence says she saw it too, but it was just a costume. You watch the elders discuss the situation, calmly and quietly, with only a little clawing and spitting. Offer to help, things are dangerous, investigate. Let's investigate. Wow. You set out, but before you're halfway through the whale nest, you find yourself caught. Emrag shakes you and tosses you to the ground. Oh. Fight. Emrag holds you back with one paw until you grow tired. Emrag says, you know better than to go so close to humans. You're too young. He drags you back to Amen and Peter. The debate rises, shouting and rock throwing a few times, but mostly it's civil. Prudence keeps shaking her head and smiling, as though Gritmitten is a fool or monster. What's that to do? What does that do to Gritmitten's temper? That makes Gritmitten's temper flare like lightning, naturally. Gritmitten says humans have made clothing out of monsters. Prudence insists that he's mistaken. Neither shows any sign of backing down. The other elders wander away. They do seem to be paying attention to you, yes. Let's support Gritmitten. Gritmitten smiles at you and says, beware the humans with their knives. They can kill and skin every one of us if they learn where our towns are. Alright. That's it for adolescence. Try and fight. They surround you and hold you down, not urgently, until you stop struggling. Okay, fine. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other, then look at you, then whisper some more. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They're deciding what defines the best of the monster. Yell at them to hurry up. Some of the monsters flinch when you raise your voice. It's gratifying, but it doesn't seem to make their deliberations any less deliberate. Eventually, though, they come to a decision. The ring of monsters shuffle closer to you, forming a tighter circle. Elders loom over you, while smaller adults crouch low. Your surroundings grow shadowy and dark. What do they want from you now? You see concern in some of their faces, but very little respect. Everyone grows silent as you bravely meet every monster's eyes without flinching. Elder Jaggery jumps out with a roar. He's huge, hungry, and about to eat you. Stand fast and face him down. Not gonna lie, Cersei, Santa from Violent Night slaps. Ooh, nice. I think I'm brave. Hell yeah. You wait calmly for Jaggery. He opens his maw wide enough to eat you up in one bite, then gives you a silly little kiss. Everyone cheers, basking respect for your bravery. Okay, ferocity's 100%. Hell yes. Everything else kinda sucks, except for bravery. 68. Too bad it could be 69. Okay. Now I just need to earn enough respect in order to stay alive. And I will be good. Probably. Let's go explore the whale mist. A flock of geese are in the square. No honk. One can talk, honk, opposed to the den. Honk! Nashcash screams. Last one to drive them away is the loser. She's on that human scooter she found. know what to pick here. Stick is looking up. That looks like cleverness or breath. Hunt down a cool secret weapon of your own. Yeah, why not? You run off to Hamrack's hovel and steal or borrow the foxtail piece of the format. You're up. Upon getting out on your head, you run toward the geese, growling and yipping. The geese swarm you. Uh-oh. Think of two good options. Out-honk the geese for fury and fear you might attack. You bite a goose in two and grab 3 more, creating a tornado of feathers. Nash Gash jumps off the scooter to join in. You win, she admits, mouthful. You show your newest collection of human artifacts to your neighbors. They seem suitably impressed and listen in. The truth is you found them in the woods, but everyone seems so interested it would be a shame to let them down. Let's improve my honesty a bit. By the time you're halfway done with the tale of your peaceful walk back to Omen with the artifacts, Hamrag is asleep and everyone else is gone. That's the last time I told the truth. Wild chickens are back in season. As delicious as they are mean, they're loose within the whale mist, and the monsters are all hunting them down. Get out there and hunt those wild chickens. Deep in the woods, you're looking for chicken scratch. When you literally stumble over a hen guarding a cluster of chicks, the hen clucks and claws at you. Fight the hen. Though the clucking makes your blood turn cold, you seize the great hen and fight until you're both a mess of feathers and blood, but victory is savory. Quick Cersei, do Project Pudding? What is Project Pudding? I don't know what that is. Nash Gash cheers so hard that 2 chickens she hasn't killed yet escape her grasp. You look over your garden. Most hovels have gardens. Many monsters don't care, but some like to show off their herbs, spices, and flowers. There are so many rocks there. Even if you don't feel like planting things, it looks bad. These rocks ought to go. Start digging. All this work is a lot harder than you expected. You're not a natural digger like Bullfoot or Shovel. Keep at it. You dig. It's hard, but you eventually get better at it. Dig. When you're done, the garden looks much better. All that digging turned over the earth, too. That's really a good thing. Spine Doctor, out for a stroll, stops to compliment your work ethic. You're not sure what an ethic is, but she always talks like that. Oh, yeah. Let's do this sword. You find a red hood and a basket in the middle of the forest path. A human house is nearby, funny. You never noticed before. There's a white picket fence out front. Circle it. There's a great deal of blood in the yard, along with a half-dead wolf talking weakly. Let's ask you what happened. Wolf cutters, friend. You can't trust them. They wear their axes, even worse than knives. The wolf finishes dying. Take it and eat it. You haul the strangely heavy carcass back home. An elder points out a sewn-up gash down the wolf's belly and says, "It was good work." Take credit. The elder is impressed. You open the gash and find stones inside the wolf. How odd. Pudding decent. Fuck. I fell for it. God damn it, Pump. You hear Gritmitten telling younger monsters about the human that almost killed him. It's the pointy parts that get you, he says. Always wait until the knife is pointing somewhere else, then run away. He turns to you and says, isn't that right? Explain that human knife is always dangerous. Slave to be, I exaggerate. And spears, you say, are like knives that can fly, like birds. Bird swords. The younger monsters cower in fear. Griffin scoffs at the obvious fabrication. But this lose in respect. As you explore the whale mist, you notice that the air smells faintly of pink bread. There. Oh. Follow it. It leads along twisting paths you never knew existed. Let's eat them again. Continue the meal. Take it home. You walk into Omen with a bulging belly, smelling of meat and gingerbread. Okay. Let's, You hear a cry from a nearby hovel. What's happening? Sasswait, a new adolescent, doesn't understand code. Let's free her. Let's go. Needed a little bit of kindness. Help her treat her arm. I know, yeah, that got me like plus respect, so that's good. That's an easy one. Took like 3 minutes to send that one. Yeah, it's a little bit behind, or because earlier I had Discord on because I was using the reaction thingy. But for some reason, the Discord app really uses a lot of I don't know, juice in the computer. So whenever I'm running it and streaming at the same time, it fucking slows everything down. So it's a little behind. You take the lead on a hunt in the whale mist, but you become separated from the group. Suddenly, you catch sight of something. There. Within that thicket, rumor has it that an especially large, clever snake tricked Nashgash, biting her, made her sick for days, and is right there, bleeding. You've beaten and eaten snakes before, time to eat another. You slowly creep up on it, sharpening your claws. Suddenly you stop. The print in the dirt is clearly from Nashgash's foot, and that's definitely dried monster blood around it. Lure the crafty serpent. Perch on a branch above a creek's near and two rocks together to attract the snake's attention. This goes on for some time. Suddenly the snake, oh no, drops from a branch above you. You struggle, but it's too late. It crushes you with its terrible strength. Everything getting dark. The next thing you know, Nashgash has pounced on the snake. She grabs its head and holds its mouth shut, keeping its fangs trapped, still crushing. Nashgash bites the snake's head off and swallows it. You gasp as the coils loosen. Nashgash is carried through Omen by a group of cheering monsters while you go left to recover from the... Fuck you, Nashgash. Your neighbor, the elder monster, Eulalia, walks slowly in the direction of the group cave. Eulalia who? She's one of your next door neighbors, but she's much older than you. Months. She has tough scales and eyes and several different sizes. Your neighbor, the elder monster, Eulalia, follow her. As she passes down the road, some of the other elders nod to her. They then go to her hovel and start smashing things. What's going on? Reedlet stops tearing apart Eulalia's dining room table and says she feels herself beginning to dissolve. She's going to go release herself and become one with the slime in the spawning vat. Let's thank her for her contribution. You're going to be remembered, Aurelia, and we'll see a bit of you in every monster lane from now on. Aurelia wipes a slimy tear from one of her smaller eyes and sniffs. Give her a hug. You hug Aurelia. She squishes. Her body is already starting to break down and dissolve. She breaks away, smiles one last time, and walks quickly toward the fruit cave. You'll never see her again. Aww. You're following a deer in the forest. When the trail comes to an abrupt end just in front of the cave entrance, the hoof prints look strange, like the deer doubled back, walking backwards in some tracks. It's a trap. Okay, so what do you do about it, smart monster? Turn the trap against the deer. Ow. You walk into the cave and find Hammer taking one of his naps. The huge monster is known for its irritability when he's awakened. A twig snaps in the bushes. The deer's playing. Draw it closer. You shriek and crouch, ready your claws. Hammer starts to wake up. Now, go. The deer has crept forward to watch you spring the trap. You catch it by surprise as you leap back out of the cave. You kill it with a single swipe of your claws. Hammer stumbles out of the cave, half asleep but ready to fight. Give him some beer. Fuck yeah. You mollify the huge monster with half the deer carcass. Hammerite says, hey, you can wake me up anytime if it's going to be with a meal like that.
Emotional damage.
Thanks for that emotional damage. That scared me. Oh fuck. Black Paws shows off a human doll she found in the last hunt. A crowd of elders and other monsters gathers around you, chattering excitedly. She asks if you think it might be good to show the doll to some of the monster ones. Let them see a human-shaped thing without actually seeing a real human, you know? Educational. Absolutely, because Clawpaw sees that you're bringing some science here. She hangs on to your words, as does the rest of the crowd. They should know what a human looks like, so they don't freeze the first time they see a real one. Clawpaw nods. Good point. We want the young ones to avoid humans, but not be so frightened that they do anything foolish. Clawpaw says you're wiser than me. The rest of the monsters nod half-heartedly, but you can tell they appreciate your insight. The spine doctor has asked you to catch a special fox. It limps, she says, and coughs. I need it quickly, if at all. After it. Okay, let's try to succeed this time rather than fail like we did last time. You go forth into the forest, trailing the fox. As you get closer, you catch a glimpse of its ragged ears behind two trees. The fox is limping slowly. As you draw near, you smell something sickly sweet. The fox slumps and vomits green matter onto the forest floor. Your claws tremble at the thought of touching it. Pursue the fox. Bravery is maxed out! Hell yeah! Fox sickness can't harm a monster. The fox tries to scare you off, but at the last moment by throwing up again, but you snatch it in your paws. Return to Omen and present the plague fox to the spine doctor. The doctor accepts the fox with delight. She nods to several patients waiting to see her. You see, friends? This one shows promise. Watch what she does with the fox. The spine doctor squeezes the fox, forcing it to throw up onto a row of rat cages. She says now I can use the rats to make medicine, so we can cure animals we care about. Aww. That's so sweet. Okay, ferocity and bravery are both maxed out. So I guess I'll try to get a bit more cleverness. Maybe. I don't know if that's possible. It's a scream along, sing along. Everyone's screaming. Loudest monster wins. Scream, scream. Pre-smash the village windows, then sing. Kindness -4, cleverness +3 though. Oh, I lost some respect. Some of the elders pull you away from the monster link. They toss you into the Great Goat's pit and suggest you ask the goat for some lessons. But, oh well. You're growing old, my friend. Your body is very soft and you drip slime everywhere you go. It's getting hard to Leave your hovel. Stay inside and think about this. It's your time and you know it. Unless you lived well, your body will return to the slime from which it came. But if you have done well, what's that noise outside? A group of elders is waiting at the door of your hovel. They've seen your drippings. They know it's time for you to dissolve or sin. Go with them. The elders of Omen surround you at the spawning vat. They've built a fire beneath the small cauldron. Your body is squishy and damp. Be tested. Try to ascend. A masked elder comes forward. She says it's time to decide. All the elders growl and snarl. The masked elder claws herself. 3 drops of liquid spatter against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapor rises in the air. The masked elder asks, who has already decided the fate of this monster? A few of the elders approach the cauldron to add fluid to the collection. The liquid begins to bubble. The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before you. She says, choose one. Chance will guide your claw. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows 2 monsters fighting. The masked elder says, test your curiosity. Fight them both. 2 large monsters seize you from behind. They growl and try to pull you apart. You flip your claws out and squirm around to face your attackers. With a blood-curdling shriek, you give each one face-full slices. Several monsters howl their approval and step forward, adding more fluid to the iron cauldron. The other side is etched with crude glyph. It shows 1 monster kneeling beside another injured monster. The masked elder says we will test your kindness. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm kind enough. A huge elder carries another monster close to the cauldron. The other monster is half melted and hard to recognize. It's Nashgash, or what's left of her. She's begun to dissolve, like you, and her condition is far advanced. The masked elder says, we have decided that Nashgash is too violent. There's a place for pure ferocity in our world, but it must be tempered with other qualities. The elder says, see her eyes, she still seethes with pure rage. Perhaps you can calm her before the end. Console her requires high kindness. I don't think I have enough kindness. I didn't check, but I think it's less than 50%. Risk my life savers? You look down at Nashgash and realize you can tear out your own heart and use it to restore life to her body. It's insane, but it might work. Or you might die. You estimate that your melting body is just resilient enough to survive if the stuff in your cauldron is good enough. Let's try it. You shove your own heart into Nashgash's body. It touches the little bit of hers that's still intact. Dub dub, dub dub, dub dub, dub dub. You've done it. Nashgash rises, now solid enough to walk and think. Even the masked elder is speechless. Encourage her to apologize. At your prompting, the revived Nashgash issues a halting apology to the elders. They agree to revisit her case before she dissolves. Trust and respect. Hell yeah! Alright. Let's drink the thing. You drink the bubbling concoction and howl. Your body solidifies almost instantly. You are an elder now. Yay, I made it! Okay, well I had more kindness than I thought, but I don't think that's high kindness. So I'm glad I did this bit. Because it would have been bad to fail. You know? I have more respect than I did last time. You are now an elder. You are welcome in Snack, the oldest of the monster towns. Okay. Well, here we are. In Snack. Okay. Do I want to sabotage human and monster relationships? I think that was my goal. I want to make them 0. See what happens. Can I start a monster-human war that rages for generations? Can I wipe the humans out? What would happen, actually? Well, no. What would happen if I made the humans really like the monsters, but the monsters really hate the humans? Could we get the drop on them? Could we start a war and they would be like, oh no, but we thought you were nice? And they not want to fight us because they thought we were nice? At least not want to fight us initially? Or do I just go all out and make everybody hate everybody? I think that's what I want to do. I want to make everybody hate everybody. Watch as an elderly human tries to fix this. Okay, got this last time. It's only letting in some of the rain. Fix it. Let's see if I make it worse. You dance around on the roof, tearing up more shingles with your claws and letting in gallons of rain. When the human sees the damage later, he knows something strange and hostile is out there. Okay. You and some other elders are conversing. Vera walks up, proudly holding a toaster. Funny, you have a toaster like that. Wait a minute, it's your toaster. Claim that stealing is what filthy humans do. The other monsters discuss the issue and agree that humans are indeed thieves. It's not always true, but your point is supported. You're investigating a stack of crates in an alley. You hear a shriek. Ah, screaming boxes. Wait, it's a small child. Eat it. The victim is surprisingly fast and escapes before the others. At the end, you take a chunk out of the slowest one's leg before he escapes. Delicious. Unfortunately, the torch and pitchfork crowd uses your little snack as an excuse to hunt monsters the next night. They don't catch any, but they're pretty mad. Reed Blitz, puffed up with multi-syllabic importance, addressed to the other elders. My fellow monstrant, he begins, if I propose we meet humans halfway. I think we should learn from them and adopt human ways to become more civilized. Sometime later, the committee commits what it was looking into and decides to explore the dumpster behind a human pizzeria. They find cups and cozies. Cozies and crusts. You're hiding in a shiny wood building. Two humans are holding hands. Aha. Sabotage the wedding. You turn off the lights and shut the door with a loud click. You hear the humans banging and shouting in the dark room as you run off. Your fellow elders debate. Are humans more dangerous now? Is it time to reveal ourselves? The air grows still. Birds stop singing. The silence is reverential. Turn and see the oldest monster sitting on a hollow roof, dwarfing it. It's watching. The oldest monster tilts its huge head and raises one of its 3 scaly eyebrows. Admit it. Humans are the biggest threat to monster kind. The oldest monster tilts his head the other way, intrigued. Then it turns and leaves, jumping down from the hobbled roof with a ground-shaking crash. They're impressed that you said something like that in front of the oldest monster. You decide to check out the Carmen Carnival she recently mentioned. Following her map, you take lefts and rights and straight on until you look up and... humans everywhere! What is that noise and smell? And that over there, or that, looks like an organ grinder, monkey poop, and mobs of children. And a tiger. Why would you do that? Actually, it's not as bad as you might think. Wait, a tiger? Aren't humans afraid of tigers? Ha! What a laugh. Cut off some humans' escape rope. You knock down one of the popcorn carts. As the tiger pounces on a human and mauls him, you eat the popcorn. Delicious. Humans view monsters as heroes. Yes, and humans are now afraid of you, too. Fuck yeah. Now it's time to make the monsters truly hate the humans. Gritmitten shouts, "Might makes right," Prufrock replies. "Not always. We should talk more, like humans do." Humans talk. Show 'em how monsters do it. Gritman watches you tussle with Prufrock, turtling into his frontmost pair of paws. "You see," he crows, "I am well supported. Violence is truly the answer." It's funny that you don't need any stats to make this happen. Like, I'm not using it. Gobclaws unrolls a big map showing the surrounding region. She points one pincer at a series of red circles. "These are places I've seen humans drop things. I think we should put garbage cans there." "Why?" Question the plan. Suggest alterations to the plan to make humans look bad. You point to several other spots and tell Gobclaws that her observations are incomplete. They drop more things here. You soon convince the group to plant garbage cans where you've seen humans drop their foulest waste products. Soon, everyone will be disgusted by the results. Okay, we're at 0%, but I still have like 5 days left of things to go through. You're splashing through rain gutters when you spy a human on the steps below. She snuffles and sobs into a tissue. A crumpled letter lies beside her. You slide down a gutter and squat beside the human. She speaks, then holds very still and you don't attack her. Finally, she says, "You want to know why I'm crying? My parents must say I must marry Ernst, but I do not love him. I just wish he'd go away." Devour her. It takes 2 bites, but you make short work of her. By the time you're done, the only thing left is her crumpled letter, dissolving away in the rain. You're arguing with Elder Emer, who is much older than you, but is still a little slow on the uptake. She insists that humans don't farm chickens. Agree that humans never do good things. Have you seen a human-raised chicken? They're so fat they walk like this. You waddle around the square, clucking. Merg laughs so hard she almost chokes. Keep on clucking. The elders agree that humans are poor caretakers. Merg is right, and so are you now. Alleys are great places to find artifacts. Less so to find fat, small, crying human children. One such fat, small child wanders over to you. Children are a delicacy feast. You leap, quiet as death, and knock the child down. His shrieks are cut off as you clench the claw over his mouth. His hands are gone in 2 quick bites, and he hangs limp in your grasp. Devour. Crunch, crack, stretch, snap, snap. Crunch. You haven't been so full since you spawned. You slink out of town, moving quietly despite your bloated belly, and show off your new souvenir. Many other monsters are impressed with the raw, sticky skull. But some of the elders mutter, "Fool. There's no way they won't have guessed what happened." Canelo Aslet, electrical genius, holds his abacus, turning the rocks for you and the other elders to see. The calculations don't lie. All humans find out about monsters in 2 months. These figures are rock solid. Agree with Canelo. The more monsters fear humans, the better. That was easy. You didn't even need an abacus of your own, which is good because you ate yours yesterday. Spoke? Blow? Cry? A human house is on fire. There's one small human child outside, and is that a human baby inside? Get out of there. You stay away. The fire can't hurt you much, and you'll heal in a day or less. But there are so many humans coming to fight the fire, and one of them might decide you said it. Better safe than sorry in this case. You try to ignore the baby's weakening cries as you leave the area. Kind of like R.I.P. As you pass through Portland Square, you think on your past. Life hasn't always been easy, but you built up your reputation. You are quite well respected. It saddens the more progressive elements of monster society, but the truth is this: too many monsters violently fear and loathe humans than like and admire them. Meanwhile, human sentiment is still mostly stacked against monsters. Humans don't just like you that much. Some humans hate you. Shattering your reverie, a terrible commotion erupts. Elders and younger monsters alike are milling about in a great mob. Spark glides by overhead, whistling an alarm. Blistry interprets from her friend. He says, the humans are on the move and headed toward Omen. The oldest monster rises from the waters of Eight-Arm Lake and wades onto shore. It bears its claws as everyone moves out of reach. Half the monsters are afraid. The other half want to fight. The whole mob seems to be waiting for a strong leader to emerge and tell them what to do. You can fight them! You are well respected, and so you are appointed the general of all monster forces. Your forces advance on the humans gathered in the meadows to the north. You marshal all your intelligence and try to conceive of a daring assault on the humans. Oh gosh. Hopefully I'm clever enough to use brilliant tactics to surround and destroy them. Your term as General of Monsters is short indeed. At least you're the last one to die. Oh no! No more monsters! Oh no! Ah, fuck! Ah, shit. Okay, well... I needed more cleverness in order to make that work. Fuck! Okay, that's fine. It's whatever. Alright, well, we went through it twice. I think that's enough for one night. So, let us find someone to raid. How about? Let's go see Yuma. I haven't raided him in quite a while. He's playing Phasmophobia with a few other... Or no, he was playing Phasmophobia. Yeah, they're still playing Phasmophobia. Why does it say League of Legends? They're playing Phasmophobia, with some other VTubers, so let's go say hi to Yuma. Alright. Don't forget, we are gonna watch Coraline tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Discord, so if you'd like to join us, you can do that. And otherwise, I'll see you next week. Thanks. Good night.